There's something special that's about to land at the Palm Springs Air Museum. It's the stealth fighter F-117 Nighthawk. And you're invited to join the retirement party this Saturday. Here this morning is the Air Museum's Managing Director, Fred Bell. Welcome, Fred. As always, it's good to see you.
It's good to see you, Joe. Good morning.
This is pretty special because this retirement really was a long time in coming.
We have been working on this for about 3.5 years. Once the United States Air Force decided they were going to allow us to have one, which was for us pretty exciting. We're the first private institution in the United States to get one. So it's pretty exciting.
Give me a little bit of history about the plane and how it came to be and where it served.
The design was originally formulated back in the late 70s, early 80s. The aircraft were produced in secret at Plant 42 in Palmdale in California. They were housed at a place out near Tonopah, Nevada, in the Groom Lake Test Range. And there were 59 of them built. The concept behind them was that they would be invisible to enemy radar, that you could not see the airplane. That's why it was called the stealth fighter. And they called it the wobbly goblin because it flew at night. And if it weren't for the computers on board, it wouldn't fly, that were constantly correcting the controls. And it worked. It actually was invisible. At that time, it was the Cold War, so it was invisible to Russian radar. And the airplanes were top secret from when they first flew in the 80s up until the Gulf War in the early 90s.
So how many of the aircraft are left?
There were 59 originally built, and then there was one lost in combat in Kosovo. I think we lost a couple of others to crashes. So there's probably 56 that are still in existence.
How did the Air Museum come to be able to get one of these things?
Well, we are a fairly high-rated private institution, and we have always been wanting to update for educational purposes our aircraft, our collection, so that we can continue to do educational classes. We had conversations with the Air Force about the airplane when they said they were going to retire them. They retired the F-117 when the F-35 became operational. So they were retired in about 2008 or 9. And then the Air Force reached out to us about 4 years ago and asked if we wanted one. Then we went through a very involved process on how we were going to get it and bring it down here and do everything to put it on display.
And so take me back to some of those discussions and what you told them that you would do and how you would display it. Give us a little inside scoop here.
Well, I think we were a little shocked initially, to be perfectly honest. And then it was, well, how are we gonna do this? It's a different type of airplane. And we had conversations with the Air Force about how the airplane would be displayed. It's going to be displayed in its own hangar on the south end of the property. Pretty much everything in those early discussions has gone by the numbers, even loading the airplane and getting the airplane down here.
This Saturday is the big retirement party. What's going to happen?
The museum will be shut down, and it'll be at 5 o'clock. It's going to be socially distanced masks and a very low number of people. So they'll need to go out and check at the website and see if there's any tickets still available.
Well, this is a real feather in the cap for the Air Museum and for you as well, Fred, because I know you work long and hard on making this the prestige venue that it is. So we want to thank you for doing this. And now the aircraft will live at the museum, so from now on, people can go out and see it.
It will be our 71st airplane or airframe. We have everything from the Wright Flyer all the way now to the stealth fighter. And I appreciate your kind words.
Well, you deserve it. Well, we thank you so much for being with us. Happy retirement for the plane, not you. And we hope to see you soon.
Yeah, I hope they don't retire me in the airplane. That might be where everything's going. But no, Joe, I appreciate it, and I always thank you for your time.
Well, our pleasure, believe me. Thanks. And keep it right here. We'll be right back.